it definitely came with...
What's up, Coach?
Okay, you're gonna run with the starters tonight. We want to give you a look with the first unit, see how it goes.
What about?
No, I already talked to him. We're gonna do what's best for the team, which means you have got to perform. You earned this spot, but it's up to you if it sticks.
I got you. I won't take anything for granted.
Make this count, Jay.
Will do. Understood.
Hey, good luck out there, kid.
Hey, thanks, Sarge. I appreciate you.
Hey, Che.
What's
I
up?
need you with the rest of the starters. We're gonna take a pic for social.
A picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go. All right, gentlemen, let's huddle up here for photo. Get all in there. All right, group up a little bit more. Okay, why don't you guys take a big step back? That look good? Okay. All right, thanks everyone. Thank you so much. It's gonna turn out fun. Thanks everybody.
Hey.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
And our coverage tonight.
A stunning view of Capitol Hill from high above. We're here in the seat of the U.S. government, Washington, D.C. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Welcome, everyone, to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge on our sideline. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at the Hornets. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And checking out Washington, a few slots below them.
And you know, for the Wizards, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're...
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, it was just a matter of time before Che was added to the starting lineup. Fans had been questioning why Che was still coming off the bench. Coach said he wanted to make sure not to rush Che and potentially overwhelm him. But either way, this does not look like it's a temporary switch. Guys?
Thank you for that, David. Greg, quite a few people have been expecting this to happen.
Yeah, with the amount of time Che spent in college, you figured he'd be polished coming into the league. The question was, would he buy in? And I think we've gotten our answer.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. We've got Ball, Hayward out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And for the Wizards, we've got Hachimura. Bradley Beal is out there with Napier. Then there's Brown and Harrell's in at the 5. Chris, we're getting into a new season, but already we're seeing teams hit that injury bug early on.
Yeah, Kevin, don't you just hate to see it? So hopefully those guys come back healthy. And, man, you hate seeing that, but I tell you what, again, injuries can always also have a positive effect. If you get that injured player back, let's just think you get to give guys time that didn't get that much time before. So they're getting kind of 2 seasons within one. The playoffs come, you get that healthy player back. And, by the way, you have a guy that you developed off the bench, and now you have a deeper team, a little more depth.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridge is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Napier dishes to Beal. Floats one up. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Bridges passes to Hayward. And Hayward with the stuff.
And right there, Hayward's in full attack mode, imposing his will on the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
They get a hand on it. Here's Hachimura. Defended by Bridges. Hornets pull it in.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Inside. Great D that time from Harrell.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim. They were pretty tight to start this game. Started out with 4 straight misses. Maybe that one will get them going.
The shot missing. Now Washington takes it the other way, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Yeah, 2 conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
So we're going to say they're going to be familiar with each other, huh? But even so, these teams will learn about each other tonight. So much changes from year to year.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Beal against Bridges. Napier passes to Hachimura. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And showing some toughness on that take. Hachimura, these kinds of buckets can energize a team.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6. Wizards trail by 3. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Back to Napier. Passes to Beal. Lock at 6. The tray. And Rozier pulls it down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
And here is Beal. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio. Hachimura the pass to Beal. To the middle. He doesn't hit that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
In that kind of environment, every point matters. The bench was a huge reason why they won that one. You know, Kevin, it wasn't a bad year for the Hornets last season. I mean, they missed the playoffs, but they were stuck in middle ground. I mean, they were right in the fight for it. This team wants to be a contender, but the best path to that goal isn't easy to see.
Ball feeling it out a bit. And it's good, 2 points.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Wizards trail by 9. And the playoff drought for the Hornets weighing on everybody's mind.
Oh, man, 3 years straight missing the playoffs. 2002 was the last time the Hornets made it out of the first round. I can't find any sustained success from the franchise.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Connects from 3-point range.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Now here's Harrell. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 block shots over the course of the game.
And Harrell slams it in.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Napier feeling it out a bit. Here's the teardrop. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Now Ball. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Brooklyn.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Beal with it. Pass to Harrell. Back to Beal. To the paint. A fadeaway. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist from Beal. Beal's got 3 assists tonight.
Never any doubt where Bradley Beal's going with that pass. I mean, if he has a teammate that wide open, he's not going to miss it.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
The free throw off from Harrell.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Bridges out there with Hayward. Then it's Ball. Then there's Terry Rozier. Ball with it, picked up by Brown. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Here's Napier. No points in the game yet for him. The pass to Hachimura. Shoots over Ball. And that one's good. Hachimura.
Don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Rozier kicks the ball. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Hornets have been shooting 50% at the line, 5 of 10. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man, by far is Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chocolate. He was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality, a hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Such a high basketball IQ. Hayward knows where his help is coming from. He makes the right choice with the drive.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Harrell, and he converts the layup. Harrell's got 9 points.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
Now, here's Ball. Napier covering. To the inside. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Harrell. From 18 feet away. Ball with the rebound.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. In the corner, it's Hayward. Down low. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. He's got 19.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Napier passes to Brown. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And yeah, and for Troy Brown Jr., he didn't have a lot of minutes as a rookie. Management wanted to bring him along slowly and let him learn at his own pace.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And the team taking a long-term approach with Brown, as you said.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. When Brown Jr. did see some time, it was both on the wing and running the offense as a guard. But in high school, he played point guard, and the team see him as an option for spot minutes going forward.
Napier kicks to Harrell. Passes it to Hachimura. Back to Harrell. Pass to Hachimura. Pulls up on the elbow. No good that time.
Oh, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Brown, and that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
It's good, and that takes him to 77% shooting this game, 10 for 13.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Inside. It's deflected.
He has the length to send shots back. I like seeing Bridges make his presence felt on this end.
Biombo, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Shot clock at 6. Brown finds Dinwiddie. Shoots over ball. And another miss by Washington. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 17-7 run. The kick out to Rozier. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Harrell. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
43 seconds left to play here in the half. Back to Dinwiddie. Brown feeling it out a bit. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Brown's got 6 here in this quarter.
And I like the way they're using the entire court here in the second quarter. The three-point percentage has gone through the roof.
And the rejection by Harrell. To the middle. Shot's good by Gafford.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
To the paint. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 23.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And so it's Charlotte having no problems at all. Up 29.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, in the first half, Jay, you got on the glass. Was this a conscious choice to set a tone with your rebounding?
I'm always trying to set the tone, man. Send a message. Attacking the glass, being physical, that's the only thing I know and the best thing I know to do. Some guys, they try to shy away from it, getting their hairs dirty enough, but I love it. Throw me in the paint and let me do my thing.
Well, there's very few guys who are as passionate about rebounding as you. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. And with with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Washington's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. They've got Harrell, Hachimura out there with Brown. Then there's Shabazz Napier. And it's Beal in at the 2 spot. That's the rope for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Hachimura, the pass to Brown. Unable to get that one. And the Hornets now going the other way.
Man, last season was such a tough one for the Wizards. I mean, they lost John Wall to injury midway through. They ended up 11th in the East and out of the playoffs.
The Hornets have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line. That one falls, so he hits both of them. For so long, C-Webb, the Wizards were looking to get past that second round in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Kevin, now they might have to recalibrate their team for that. I mean, their team has some glaring holes that a quick fix just can't help. They will need to build from the ground up to get back on track.
Harrell, it's rebounded by Charlotte.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Craps in the tray. Bulls got 5 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Napier, and that one goes long.
But this is not the start they wanted coming out of the break. 0 for 3 so far, and they're not playing with much intensity.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Bridges shot, good. Bridges has got 12.
Adept at maintaining his balance on the way up. Bridges, a strong player who can play through contact.
To the inside. The fader. It's good. 11 points in the game.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Hayward outside. Back to Ball. To the middle. You can't get that one. Great D that time from Harrell. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They host the Kings after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. And the pass to Hachimura. Back to Napier. From deep 3-point range. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Bridges has got 5 rebounds tonight.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Here's Brown. The Wizards with another miss. The Hornets have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field, and finished off by Oubre.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it. And here's Napier. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Beal. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Washington's got 4 rebounds in this game. Oubre, good. Oubre's got 4 this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Napier finds Beal. for Washington, and that one is good from Bradley Beal. Beal's got 6.
And look, Beal can't be stopped. Once he gets a little wiggle room, he pulls without hesitation.
Oubre outside. Tipped away. It's stolen by Brown. Down low. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen.
Here's Napier. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. The kick out to Bryant for 3. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games. He's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Bryant with the rebound. From the Wizards, they're shooting the ball at 42%. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
At the top of the key, Napier. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects. Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the Hornets, as a franchise, trying to figure out their direction.
Yeah, the team was torn on whether to rebuild or go for the playoffs. The fan base, well, they were split as well on what to do. I mean, it's been this way for years. Team is just stuck in the middle.
Wagner, he's checked in for Washington. Daniels, he's checked in for Charlotte. Gafford passes to Caldwell Pope. No good on the shot.
Oh, no. Sloppy finish. D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Charlotte.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
Kenny drops in the layup off the glass.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Here's Smith. They get it back. Gafford, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
There's that passion of his, battling with every ounce of energy he has.
Now, here's Monk, guarded closely. Inside. Banked in off the glass.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Smith outside. Pass to Wagner. 5 on the clock. From deep. A shot, no good. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This one was over well before.
Nice work, Che. Keep it up.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, good game, bro.
Appreciate it, Sarge.
Che, talk to me about your first start. How did it feel out there? It looked like you were pretty comfortable.
You know what? I was kind of nervous at first. I was mostly just trying not to mess up, to tell you the truth. But yeah, man, you know what? I just want to give a big thanks to Coach for trusting, in me and giving me a chance to go out there and show everyone what I'm capable of. Everyone wants to, they want that shot to prove that you belong. And when it comes, well, if it comes, you just try to make the best of it.
Che, do any moments from tonight really stand out to you? Something you'll remember years from now?
Man, that's a good question. I guess just, that feeling of having your name announced with the rest of the starters, feeling the vibe that the fans are putting out and taking in all that energy. It got me hyped. I felt like I could run through a brick wall after that. It was crazy.
Player of the Week is a pretty big deal. What are your thoughts on outplaying the entire NBA for a week?
This is pretty much a team award to me. Everyone did their jobs and I just happened to shine. But it could be any of us. So shouts out to my guys, man. Without them, I'm not putting up any of these numbers.